You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Ellen. And actually, you apologize. You never have to apologize for talking about a great program that features cooperation as the key point. I mean, we could listen to that all day. It's a very refreshing and approach, and it's all very obvious by looking around here what that has led to. So, great presentation, and the application kind of spoke for itself. The area is known for being very thoughtful and progressive on farmland preservation. As you drive up Highway 51 on the way up here, it just kind of strikes you as you're just outside the city limits, and there's corn, and there's farms, and that's really exciting to see. So this is a great example of local leadership kind of taking control and being really thoughtful about what are we going to look like down the line. I think it's also a good example with the fact that this is one of the AEAs that applied. First of all, we weren't surprised to see such a thoughtful plan come from this area. But it also gives us an opportunity, and that's why we're happy to be visiting here, to talk about how the state can now be a better partner through the Working Lands Initiative. When the governor's budget passed this last time and included the Working Lands Initiative, which had been years in the making from Secretary Romanski's doing, we were really very fortunate to have solid support for that. And I see we have Senator Miller and Representative Rip here too, who were involved in that process. When that passed, it gave us the opportunity to have the ag enterprise areas come into play. And we've had an opportunity, I've had the opportunity to go out and visit several of the ag enterprise area operations in the last couple of weeks even. And the diversity that we're seeing in the applications for the ag enterprise areas represent the diversity of agriculture in Wisconsin. And it's really very exciting. And it happened that way. It's local decision making, local leaders, local farmers making those decisions. So we have everything from the potato flats in Lang Lake County, where there's 62,000 acres that's going to be locked in, contiguous acres locked in for years to come for production, to fruit and berry farmers up in the Bayfield area that are going to have, it's a smaller amount of land, but really very high quality land, and it's in an area where they're focusing their economic opportunities around that part of the industry. We have Chippewa County, where there's a new soybean processing facility that's going to be exporting food-grade soybeans, surrounded by the soybean fields of Chippewa County, where farmers had put some forethought into what are our strengths as we look forward, and how are we going to protect this for the future. There's a part of the state, St. Croix County, where it's going to be focused on dairy. In addition to the dairy, they're going to be taking their waste and driving it for energy, trying to divert it to biogas. So just really very exciting projects across the state that kind of show how diverse agriculture is. It's particularly appropriate that we're here, and I would view this as kind of a celebration of local planning efforts, because this is right in Rod's backyard. This is something that Rod could see on the way to work every day, and I'm sure it warmed his heart when he saw the application come in, because he saw the applications early on in the process, and so it's very appropriate for us to celebrate the thought that's been put into this and what this means for the future, because and we say it a lot. It's in a lot of our standard speeches. We're a top producer of milk and cheese and potatoes and cranberries and ginseng, which is great, and we're going to keep talking about that, and we hope that continues on for years into the future. However, if we don't protect our farmland, our future agricultural economy is jeopardized. So while we talk about all those things we're a top producer of, and how important it is to have agriculture be part of our economy. For a while, the state of Wisconsin was leading the Midwest in loss of farmland. not something I mean, life is about competition sometimes, but that's not a category. That's not a race you want to win, especially considering how important agriculture is to our state's economy. $59 billion for our agriculture economy. 1 in 10 jobs is what agriculture means to our state. So it's really important that we use these tools to protect farmland in the future. And this really is, Rod and the members of our board who are here too, and I'll point them out for those who haven't met them yet, but Andy Dirks, our chair of our board, Mike Krutza, Margaret Crone, and Dick Cates, sorry, thanks Dick, were instrumental from the board side of this and worked with Rod over a period of probably 5 years as he was developing this package and reaching out to people, finding out what they think is going to work best, and really just giving local governments better tools to do exactly what you're trying to do out here. And it's a good example of the result and a good explanation for how that process worked, culminating with the governor's last budget. So, you know, the trends, you know, that people see in agriculture. I mean, there are some really unique features of this ag enterprise area, just like everything else, and it's great to see the multi-generational approach that farmers in this area have, and looks like there's been investment in the area already, which means people are not only thinking about the next couple of years, but they're thinking years down the line. And having this program in place for 15 years and hopefully time beyond that will give them the tools that they need to be successful. So mainly we want to say thank you for the thoughtful process that was utilized to put this together. Thank you for the cooperation and working with producers in the area to have such a well thought out and progressive approach to, you know, how are we going to make this a part of our economic future? Because it's beyond the production. It's the businesses that go along with it. It's the local cooperative. It's the implement dealer. It's the veterinarian. As soon as you start breaking up these contiguous blocks of property, you jeopardize that. And it's an all-encompassing approach. So this is it's very nice to be here. I could have listened to you longer if you wanted to keep talking. So take advantage of that. I don't know how often people say that. People never tell me that, so enjoy it. But we're really happy to be here and looking forward to the tour. And again, you know, as we think about what the Working Lands Initiative means as the State Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, to us it means even more so because Rod kind of threw his heart and soul into this venture during his time as secretary, and it's something that we think will prove to be a living legacy for him down the line, and we're pleased to see that. So thank you, everybody.